Because I know you're both sitting within quite different functions within Accenture despite having similar capabilities. So what do you think collaborates those two departments, do you think? And actually, could you discuss in more detail actually what you guys do individually within Accenture?
Accenture, we actually pride ourselves in bringing all of Accenture to our clients. So it doesn't necessarily matter the division. I mean, internally, we're structured quite, in a way that allows us to build capabilities. But what is important is we pool resources together, like having myself and Pankaj here.
Yeah.
Because the data problem or, the data opportunity, you can't just use one set of skills. You need people that can sort the foundation, you need the intelligence and the engineering on top of that, and then you need the data scientists. So that is just how Accenture is structured. We're structured to build capabilities, but we combine all of those to bring to our clients.
Cool. Exactly.
And I think the domains of, let's say, platforms, engineering, data science, and data management are intrinsically linked.
They are.
Even more so. And I think that was one of the discussion points in our sort of focus group as well, which was how do you actually bring these different disciplines together? What was refreshing was the talk was about, for example, value and data standards, less so on the technology. Because I would submit to you, if you were here maybe 2.5 years ago, the talk would have been maybe about big data platforms. But what was refreshing was the conversation moved on to things like culture and the right kind of training and how to bring together the right kinds of roles.
A more mature conversation about it.
Exactly, and therefore, in terms of how the disciplines are linked, one of the challenges with sort of taking a technology-led approach is a lot of organizations have built data lakes, but then there isn't a way to actually sort of search and consume the data. So for example, if you pull a data catalog in, that actually allows different data assets to actually be used by different personas. So that's one area, for example. And then also to your point about machine learning models and looking at the ethics and the explainability, there's a very key sort of data management set of disciplines there, which we need to augment our data science practice with. So increasingly, these are being linked closer together. And if we talk about the notion of data marketplaces, allowing collaboration, data exchange both internally and externally, I think that it's literally a join up, but it's important to have the specialization like as a chapter, but if you look at a squad that pulls these together for the right use case, we do that quite seamlessly.
Exactly.
Sorry, Karen.
Sorry, I was going to say, and I know when I introduced myself, I said data management, but actually I do analytics management as well. So once you've got analytics and you've got AI, how do you manage it? And there's a whole discipline around it because your models need to be kept up to date. You need to make sure that you're being compliant, and then the question of explainability comes in because actually a lot of the regulation we have, especially in Europe, is driving transparency of the models that we use to make decisions on data subjects. I'm a data subject, you are one. So if you had a bank as an example refuse you credit, now you've got every right to challenge that bank. You've got every right to ask, actually, as a data subject, I want to understand how you've come up with that decision. And you have every right to actually correct where you feel that the information is wrong, right? So all of a sudden, banks and organizations like the credit agencies, it's no longer sufficient for it to be done in a black box.
Yeah, of course.
Because now they've got that, regulatory element to drive up.
So with all of these concepts in mind, what does the next year's data strategy look like for Accenture? Like, what are the main aims or strategies that you want to employ?
Well, I think from a data perspective, a lot of it is going to be about increasingly letting organizations drive value from data. And there's a lot of buzz about organizations wanting to become data driven. So it's actually explaining what that is and letting our clients actually take the next steps to get to that state of evolution, really.
Okay, nice.
I'm firmly aligned with that. It's all about helping our clients become data driven businesses. So putting data at the core. So our strategy is how we better enable our clients to do that. And we internally, we're taking advantage of that. So we like to talk at Accenture about doing things in the new. And that is very much what we want to take to our clients. So how do we leverage that? And one of the things we talked about before was the fact that we talked about data, not technology. We made that actual comment when we finished our roundtable. So it's not technology. We're helping our clients move away from I want technology, I want a data lake, to I've got a problem or I've got an opportunity I want to take advantage of in the market. How do I use data to enable me to do that?
And I think also just one very critical element is, there's a lot of innovation out there in terms of, let's say, technology, software and so forth. And a lot of sort of organizations are successful with AI in pockets. So actually doing AI at scale is one of our other sort of really, really big focus areas. So we've released some research recently called AI at scale, and that's backed up by some of our thinking in terms of scale AI. So what does it take to actually take the next leap, to do this at an organizational level, to really get the value from investments in data and analytics? Transforming to data-driven, plus also doing AI at scale are really the key focus areas.
Wonderful. Well, Belinda, Pankaj, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.